Welcome to Constellations and Chaos. I'm making this channel because I just believe we need to start conversing in a totally different way about AI and our world and technology and humanity and our future. I happen to have a fairly unique vantage point, which I think I might be able to offer some perspective to this conversation. I am a living, working, breathing artist. I have my work centered around AI right now. I'm also married to a guest researcher at Johns Hopkins. His current work is, at the absolute cutting edge of AI. And I have that overlap in my life. I experience like a big contrast every day. People assume where I stand on AI. And even when I say that I'm creating a piece about AI, they assume they know my feelings about it. And a lot of those assumptions are false. In my echo chambers and in my feeds, it is just filled, oh, there's my cat. It is just filled with fear and like really loud fear and hate. And there's just like a lot of anger. But then I come home and, I sit down with Paul and we talk about AI in the world. And I'm really tired of the fear-based narrative. There's a lot of privilege in being able to sit back and declare that AI is inherently bad. I hear people say all the time, they're opting out of AI. And it reminds me of when people say, like, I don't want to get political. Must be nice. It's a luxury to make a righteous philosophical choice to avoid tech, just like it's a luxury to avoid politics. For a lot of people, politics, policy is literally life or death, and or their livelihood. And right now around the world, in a lot of places, AI is survival for a lot of people. And if we look like outside of our comfortable little bubbles, the reality is really different. In Ukraine right now, for example, also where Paul has been doing some work, they are outmanned and outgunned. They're fighting to see their kids just literally grow up. They don't have the luxury of like intellectualizing tech phobia. They're using AI-guided drones to maintain precision even when their communications are jammed. They're using AI to synthesize satellite and ground data to spot threats before they happen. They're using this technology right now to quite literally stay alive. Sub-Saharan Africa, small-scale farmers are facing devastated effects of climate change, and they don't have access to a lot of the traditional agricultural experts and technology. So instead, they're using AI systems right on their phones in their indigenous languages, and they're getting guidance on how to manage things like drought, infestations of certain insects. They are surviving because of it. So, they don't have the opportunity to debate the ethics of a chatbot. They're using it to feed their children. So, just like a little bit of perspective on that. And, here in the US, we are very insulated from a lot of those existential threats, and we feel panicked by it. And I hear the arguments, and I don't think that they shouldn't be discussed, and I don't think that we shouldn't have a dialogue. I know people are worried about things like losing their jobs, protecting the environment. I understand. But as far as jobs go, I have another video talking about the environment. Please check that one out. And as far as jobs, I get it. I'm not trying to be not sympathetic here, but when we evolve, jobs change. That is just the hard truth. I mean, we used to light candles on lampposts. We didn't stop doing that because we all of a sudden weren't scared of the dark. We stopped doing that because we figured out electricity. we evolved. That's what the world does. We're always evolving. So instead of complaining about the changing tide, we really need to adjust and evolve. There's also this pervasive argument floating around constantly about how AI is going to make us dumber. AI is going to make us dumber and our kids dumber. I just fundamentally disagree with that. Yeah. Thousands of years ago, when written word was being adopted, Socrates famously argued that writing things down was going to make us dumber as humans. Seriously, that was the argument, that written text would destroy human memory and human brilliance, and it would just make us fundamentally dumber and diminish our true brilliance if we wrote things down. So this is not the first time we've panicked over progress. Every time there's a massive technological leap, people assume that the new tool is either evil or going to make us dumb. So it's going to make us awful or it's going to make us stupid. Again, I fundamentally disagree. I think it's just based in fear. I believe what always happens is our curiosity and our brilliance and the drive of the human spirit prevails. I think that humans are incredible. And I think that we've learned by now, I hope that we keep learning, that shutting out knowledge and progress because it's like scary and large and trying to diminish human brilliance, that's what makes us smaller. That's what makes us dumber, not diving into it. AI is not making us dumber. It has the immense potential to make us bolder. We're a species that figured out how to fly rockets to the freaking moon. How are we going to sit here and tell innovation to stop? We're not. We can't. We shouldn't. We need to go. This is how we push boundaries. This is how we grow. This is how we live happier, healthier lives. This is how we grow as a species. Yes, we're going to change. We're going to evolve. Like, I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared of that for me. I'm not scared of that for my children. I understand I'm sitting here in a place of privilege to say that. But it's honestly what I believe. And I believe shutting out knowledge and just being angry about it is not the path. So that's what this channel is going to be about. Not to try to like prove that AI is good. That's not what I'm here for. But I want us to be less scared to talk about it, and I want us to be inherently less scared to grow and to change. Our kids don't stay the same. We might have a view of what we think they're going to look like, sound like, be like, do, and they evolve every year on their own. And we can either say, that's not what I thought, or we lean in. So I think that we are amazing as people. I think that we should keep talking. I think the concerns are valid and we need to keep things in like checks and balances. But I guess I'm here to just maybe be a little less scared and step in, sit at the table.